What's going on? How y'all doing? So recently, apparently, Snoop Dogg did some interview and he had a problem with Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, talking about WAP music. And he said that the vulgarity the young ladies was using or something. And I was shaking my head. I'm like, come on, Snoop. Come on. You know, um, Cat I know who's a DJ was posting this on Twitter and asking about it. Um, I'll give him a shout out. His name is DJ Ristic. Real cool brother. And he always is in the 30-year-old demographics as a DJ. And the question was, what's the difference between what the Two Live Crew were doing, Snoop was doing, Dre, DJ Quick, Too Short, etc., from that time period to now? And I said, yeah, we all like the production better. We're not going to argue that. Little Kim, Foxy Brown, Biggie, you know, Pac. We like the production better, but we used to laugh and sniggle and giggle at the stuff that was said. You know, we loved Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None. We loved Big Papa. We loved the lyrics, you know. We used to sit there and listen to all that stuff and laugh. So now this era is doing the same exact thing. We may not necessarily, will look like the music ain't the same, the production value and the sound, but the lyrical content is the same. If you were bopping to what Little Kim was saying and Foxy was saying, how you gonna get mad at Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion and Lizzo? Ask yourself. So Snoop comes across being sexist and generational, but it's the same exact thing. If you was talking about tricks, and then you're talking about thoughts, what's the difference? Tricking and thoughting is the same tag. You know, Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Dee, a pup named Scooby, however you want to call it. Dog is on the mystery. Dog is on the bone. Dog is chasing the same thing. Dog's chasing behind the tail. So what are you talking about? See, that's why I can't stand about people who, oh, in my day, in your day, what? You can't sit around here and say, oh, well, people are more the vulgarity and stuff. I mean, if you listen to it at one time, it was the same. And now you can make that case in R&B and stuff where you didn't have a lot of people that were saying stuff on their records. You could definitely say that, you know. Because back in the day, coming along, you had Rick James, you had Prince and stuff. And then you fast forward to R. Kelly. You know, you didn't have a lot. Now everybody that's saying all the stuff on their record. It was like a real surprise to hear, you know, people cursing or saying stuff on their records. But if you grew up on hip-hop, you grew up listening to rap music predominantly, what era was so whitewashed that you did not hear it? Which one? And if you came along as a kid, late 80s and during the 90s and all that, to now, you ain't know no other way. Now, the characters done changed, the names have changed, and the styling. But from a trick to a thought is the same thing. So Snoop sounds like he's caught up sounding like old school, but in denial. And, you know, I will say this. I think Foxy and Lil' Kim were better MCs than be it Nicki Minaj, be it Meg Thee Stallion, and be it Cardi B. However, the label and the content, don't get it twisted. This ain't like we sitting up here talking about, well, okay, now if you sat there and said that Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B and them compared to Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, and even Lauryn Hill, I would say, yeah. You coming from that angle about MCing as a female rapper, and like I said, but we're talking about content. It was dirty then and it's dirty now. But hey, you listen to it, you bop to it. Now, whether you admit it or not and say you got some of it. The problem I have with the WAP video and stuff is that it's promoting. I didn't understand what that Jenna Kardashian was in. That made no sense. And, you know, it seemed like, again, pushing an agenda and the lifestyle. When hasn't hip-hop not pushed an agenda and lifestyle? You know, the only thing nowadays is that it seems more escorty service. But as far as the content, it ain't changed. It ain't changed. It's always been oversexed, over glammed and overstated and over bag of cash. But it ain't, it ain't nothing changed with that. So Snoop, he tripping. And anybody from back in the day that's gonna sit there and try to tell you that, well, we weren't, yes you were. Because those records back then started more of the stickers. Those records back then said everything. It ain't changed. You don't just wake up one day and make this discovery and go, oh, I think we'll say this without having a blueprint. So Snoop need to re-examine that one. But anyway, that's my thoughts and takes about Snoop acting senile about back in the day. Lyrics always was on the blue side. They were strong back then, and they strong now. The only thing is that the music and the names have changed, but it's the same. Sex sells. It's always been the case. Especially in rap music. Who are you kidding? But anyway, give me your thoughts and your takes. How you feel about it? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. And the more things change, the more they stay the same. However, some people's illusion and denial, it takes on a different character. Gotta call them out, gotta keep them honest. You might not like what's happening, but guess what? The generation is only doing what you laid the blueprint for. I'm out.